You just got your license. Alright. Hopefully everyone's ready for this match, because we certainly are. Yeah, I mean, anybody who first gets their license, gonna be overconfident, and you gotta be humbled. I typed these things in the match thread, and I don't know why I bother. They're like, nah, we ain't reading that. But, welcome in, everyone. Actually, I think we're missing... We got the top text. Hold on. I gotta put the actual match info for everyone as we get our first score, but I believe should be good now. Everything looks up to snuff. Harm strikes first, but yeah, there you go. On the top, Royalty Series NA Prodigy 1v1 playoffs, lower quarterfinals. And so Emrs0n in blue, Harm in orange, and Harm an early 2-goal lead. And so previous matches, honestly, we've casted a 1v1 between these two before, and Harm did take it. And right now, showing no mercy, letting Emrs0n know who's still in commands. And for anyone who doesn't know, Harm is the coach Emrs0n. Little backstory for you. Let's go. Where are we going, Pax? Alright. Yeah, some Spartan lore here. And Emrs0n gonna have a big hill to climb, but honestly, if he takes this, a huge confidence boost for him. He knows it's not an easy one, and does get a nice goal there. Also, kind of stinks I gotta manually skip all the replays now. I do miss the auto skip. But that shot's too tough to save. Harm gets back on to the scoring tally. Alright, thanks for stopping in, Ace. Take care of yourself. I will say it every fucking time, Chaotic. Loic, you beat both of these guys? Damn. When'd you beat Harm? Welcome to... I used to be on console. Back in my day. That's gonna be too tough to save, and... I don't think Emrs0n's ready for this one. On his off day. Honestly, when was it? Was it on a tourney? It had to be, right? Oh. We're cooked. We'll go with the auto cam. Yeah, I was gonna turn. Had M ever bested Harm? Not to my knowledge. Maybe in a game, sure, but not in a series. But both of M's goals in this one have been good. It's just I don't think he's gotten much time to do anything. It's been all Harm applying the pressure. So Chaotic, you still gonna get a PC now? Although the difference is getting better frames, having it run better. I mean, Chaos will tell you the difference. And what a shot! Emrs0n finds the net. Just has to put all this together and add a little bit of defense. Yeah, luckily I read through it. It does look like a weird statement. Money tight. Damn. Money tight for everybody. That's how it be. What the? Alright, Harm not intimidated. And Emrs0n looking a little flustered there. Has to bring it all the way back. Harm overreaching on the demo, but can easily return. And there's more struggle from Emrs0n. He's in a tough spot. Does go for the bump and it actually works. Pulls out a card from Harm's playbook. But yeah, for anybody interested, we are hosting a 2v2 tourney after this. It's meant for some of our LFT teams for 2v2, so it's going to be best of 3. Hopefully good practice. Do we think a score of 6-7 is likely? I do not think so. Although 40 seconds left. And that's plenty of time in a ones match. It could be interesting if M gets a goal here. But another touch, more time ticking off. And another demo from Emrs0n. Harm could just land in front of that. Spawn in front of it. Does he go the whole way? Emrs0n does get back, but a lot of time ticking off. And Emrs0n has gained some momentum. Can he bring it to game 2? As a very slow start. Alright, let's see. Forbidden Temple, game 2. I don't know if we have a teammate for you that's LFT. As I think you were the last one to say anything, or I think I'm waiting for one more, but I don't know if they're getting on. So that is going to be a question. Maybe someone chimes in. Maybe we look for someone to fill in. I'll be a last second teammate, of course. Yeah, I mean, if we don't have a LFT person, then you could pair with anyone, obviously. Harm with the challenge, gets bumped, and Emrs0n has been using that feisty play. It has worked in the second half of the first match, and Harm almost thought he had an easy one. Does apply the defense.
This is chalked.
And I'll just do that because I can. But Harm makes M pay with the overextend. We've seen that a little bit. M overreaching, especially on the corner. That means the angle is right for Harm. Send it through. And a beat right there. Old man still has some legs.
This is chalked.
That is fair. We can't do the crossbar anymore. So we'll just do it when he gets scored on. That's easier to track. It's hard to react to the crossbar.
This is chalked.
At least the scores, I have a little bit of time. Damn, that's what we can do. Because we got 2 sounds. I need to add more in the future. But if M scores this... Who needs songs when you score? I know. We don't fully utilize the sound effects, although we should. But I'm trying to figure out what sounds would be good. But we'll figure it out as we go along. I also gotta figure out how to get the sound without downloading something sketchy. And then I'll be like Daniel. And then our server is completely cooked. And there's the crossbar. I'm tempted to hit it, but we gotta save it for the goals. And Harm might go for the bump. He does! What a play! Oh, come on. You know we're not afraid to call out anything. Everybody is capable of being roasted. As you know, pet. Harm taking it to the house.
This is chalked.
Just gotta drive forward as Emerson's car is awkward. And M in a tough spot yet again. It's a second half player, but it's not good when you're down by a lot. This makes it that much harder. I mean, yeah, think of all the trials and tribulations and experiences that you got through to make you a champion. Kinda crazy. But I'll be honest, I don't even know how that started. But what a play. Harm given the time and makes the most out of it. Emrs0n gets a save, and he's looking at Brazil, but does get a bump. Harm pops it high. Waiting. Emrs0n. What can he do here? He might be able to get a flick, but stays low. And bumped. Harm going to troll for the Brazil. That should just be illegal. Automatic forfeit. It ain't a Brazil if you gotta force it. And defense from Harm. 1 minute left. And he might be taking a timeout after this one. Let's be real. Gonna be down 2 in the series. And not the best showing in game number 2. But does give up possession. And trying to get one here. And again goes low. But can't get the bump. And has to go back to the drawing board to figure out what to do. And challenges on the side. Arm adds another one. He would have got it naturally if he didn't own goal. But that might have a kickoff goal, and there's another one. Arm going to O in the series, commanding. We haven't had to do a timeout in a while. I gotta pull up a timer. Alright, we also almost forgot to change. But we're clutch. Just in time. I swear, whenever someone says something in chat, in the Rocket League chat, I always forget to change the map. Yeah. It's another thing, Em has felt the effects. Alright, we got the timer going. Em is, whoops. That was supposed to be 1 minute. What the hell, man? Alright, so timer running out, running down. We got 40 seconds left. You're curious. Em is currently talking to himself in the mirror, giving himself a pep talk. And with that, timer done. What is this latency variation? Are we good? I think we're good to go. But But welcome to game 3, as Harm trying to get an early start after the kickoff, and then we've also been waiting on the timeout, but Emrs0n scoring first and finds the lead. And who knows, this could be a confidence booster playing in the lead. Harm trying to tie things up. Let's get the boost and a challenge. Almost got it past him was M. But now on defense. And Harm keeping it close. It's what he does well. And also the fakes. Very strategic. And that one, a loss on strategy. Emrs0n making him pay for giving up the possession that we talked about. And that one's bounced too much. And I don't think you can fault Emrs0n for that. Possession given up. As Harm going back, gets boost. Slight touch. And gonna go back and forth. Emrs0n gets a touch. So you get midfield boost. And that's an awkward touch. Should be an easy answer. Harm knows it. Knows he doesn't have to get a powerful clear. And that was an awkward spot for M. Got a little too confident on the challenging. And sometimes you do want to challenge everything, but comes back to bite you if you get an awkward touch. And Harm trying to catch up with the demo, but Emrs0n quick on the draw. And a nice counter from Emrs0n. Knew the demo was coming through. Didn't matter. But Harm finds a sneaky one there. And within one. Now, Emrs0n took the timeout. Definitely feels like this is a must-win. It's tied up, though. Harm does it quick. But, yeah, M goes down in this one. And looking at getting swept. Or in danger. Series point, at least. And Harm just able to get these quick ones to go through. And that's just a 50 off the kickoff. And how the tide has changed. And now set up with boost. Ball plays close. Relying on a mistake. Emrs0n to the air. And tough to do anything there. Harm can just settle in. And Emrs0n using that counter again on that right side. That momentum. And nicely done from Emrs0n as he ties it up at 2-2-2. But high pop. And Harm gets enough to regain the lead. Emrs0n giving up that one. And waiting for a chance to take possession, but Harm not giving it up so easily. Now M tracking this one, and just in the nick of time is Harm there on defense, and you could see his angle. Thought it would go through, but that one bounces out. Where's the sound effects? Bruh, I gotta press it every time. Where You weren't even paying attention. That's what happened. We didn't have our sound effect manager. Oh my god! It's the crossbar. We're tempted to hit the sound for that, and M can't get another touch. That has been the bulk of his goals right there on the right side from the counter. And gets a touch. Is it going in? It is. We're tied up. And M in a dangerous spot. Can just let it fly through. I meant dangerous for harm. Anytime M goes to the ceiling, plenty of options open up. Honestly, should do it more. And a flip would have been nice, but gets a bump, and back-to-back possessions, making the most out of them. I guess M likes the right side. What can you say? But as we said, definite must win, I'd say, if you're Emrs0n. And Harm thought that one would fly through, but M gets a touch. And 20 seconds left. Knows, as long as he plays smart, he could take this one and build some momentum. There's the cringe bump, enough of it. And hold up. Hold up. Harm still in this one, 9 seconds. Gonna be interesting to watch this kickoff. 6, 7. And that is unfortunate. Definitely not what Harm intended. But certainly some security for Emrs0n. And just gonna play it safe there. And he's on the board. So now, series 2-1. This guy. Alright. We're in another timeout. He really does have to go to the bathroom. You weren't gonna say that, otherwise you would have said it. Damn, we gotta go search for the timer again. He said it to himself. Oh crap. We didn't change the map. Rip. We suck. We're cooked. Crap. I don't know why you still can't change it in the menu. It's so stupid. Whoops. Alright, we got about a minute left on the timer. Hey, what's going on, SBC Kings? What brings you around? Yeah, they don't want to wait. Alright, well, timer done. Let's get into the next one. So, I mean, it's a normal timer, but then I pulled up a sound clip of Nacho Libre. I don't know if you ever seen that, but Emrs0n does score first again, and that's proven so far to be a link into who wins. Harm scored first, both match 1 and 2 did go on to win. Emrs0n scored first last game, did go on to win. Me excited for Rocket League. Yeah, but Emrs0n, there's nobody home. Emrs0n could drive it right through. Uh-oh. Getting very interesting if M ties up the series. He was looking dead in the water, down by 2, struggling to score. And now he's up by 2, and that's a good 50. Make it 3. And is this the point the prodigy overcomes the coach? Father locked the F in. And can he turn it around? Nope. Crossbar. Bugging. And is that an own goal? It is. And the trolling never ceases with Harm. But up by 4. Emrs0n trying to get a touch. Harm lost it downfield. And finally gets one on the board. Hey, it's ones. A lot of time for sure. You definitely can't count them out. Almost gets another one. And that's going to be an awkward play, but M gets a slight touch to buy some time and can go for the challenge, and that's through. And surprising, Harm giving up possession again. That's a little bit too much space. And Emrs0n does strike. And he says brain dead, but I mean, come on, Harm. You've done enough replays. You know, you give a little space. That's on you. And gets the bump. And Emrs0n, what a play. Although he did miss at the end to add some flair. But what a turnaround. We saw this same scoreline in game number 2, but the roles were reversed. And certainly looks like that timeout helped for Emrs0n back in after game 2. Changed some things up. Challenge a little bit more aggressive, but in the right spots. But that's a big beat from Harm, who has had similar plays in this one. There we add another one. Halftime is here. Down by 3, and what a kickoff. That's also something Emrs0n has been blessed with lately. The kickoffs going in his favor. But certainly could attribute that to a possible change. But nice touch from Harm. Still keeping it within 3. And gonna try it again. Why not if it works? And challenge. Going back in front of net, but a little bit wide. And Harm gonna get that boost, but can't get control of the ball. Gets the bump. And Emrs0n picking up enough small pads to be able to challenge effectively. And you'd see Harm's play, just getting the bounce dribbles, seeing what reaction, but Emrs0n doing a good job of deterring any momentum. Harm wins out on that one. Has to clear the way. Can he turn around? He does just enough. And within 2. And smart to not continue to hit it. Would have just helped clear it. Harm. Again, going with those bounces. Because you do a lot of things. Put a power shot on target. Put it on his hood for a flick. Go into the air. Tough. Do anything with that. Just retreats. And now able to reset. And look for him to go for the bounce. Emrs0n with the challenge. And knows it. Doesn't want to give Harm any possession on that. Limit the options. But there it is. And almost catches it again to flick it over, but Emrs0n there on the challenge. And so what was happening in the early games, Harm was given the time and definitely can make you pay, as you can see there. And what a play at that. Yo, what's up, DJ? How goes it? You won your Royalty Series game? Oh, snap. Who'd you play? Damn, I gotta go all the way to Aquadome. Brutal. We might as well just invite I want to change a password just in case it puts us in the same. Come on, me, you got this? What? You're typing. You're spending too much time around Holy Blade. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Aquadome. It just feels like it's bigger. Auto corrects. Damn, you need to update that shit. I don't think it's working. And Harm goes low, and uh-oh. Harm scored first. Does the trend continue? But opts to go low. Can't even blame M for going high on that. Oh no. We got the ads coming though. Let's see if we can delay them. And almost getting that. Alright, so here's the problem. This game, 2-2, and we have a tourney at 10. I don't think the 10 is going to happen. So what the heck do we do there? But Harm up by 2. Going for the cringe bump and putting it together. Has the time. And what a difference maker there. Maybe it was just the server all along. But Harm locking in. And giving up possession. Harm just waiting it out. Smart play. And gets the 4th goal. And now really pouring it on. And that's just going to be wide. Almost sneaks another one in. But Emrs0n blasting it. Going to be taken care of. And Harm. Just patient. I would say it would have been an easy challenge, but M almost got the flipper set. And that would have changed things if Harm came out to challenge. But he did catch it too and almost posed this threat there. But Harm opts to wait and correct move. Harm wanted to flip too right there. So, I believe Pax and Tundrum, you're watching. I did plan on putting you guys together for the 2v2. So I might as well just tell you that instead of DM. But Harm is up by 6. And right now, flawless. And very dangerous. And Harm gets to 7. Can he be stopped right now? He is locked in. No more trolling. Emrs0n trying to get one off a kickoff. But gonna get possession, boost. Has forward momentum, going for the cringe bump. Anything to get going. Damn, there it is. There's the Brazil. Alright, don't mind me. We're just trying to sort through. We got a tournament a little bit later, trying to get players signed up for that, because then we could just transition. But Harm 8-1, and a dominant display, trying to get to match point. Alright. Chaos, how do you feel about teaming with Gravy or nah? He might be able to play. If not, then just tag Grand Champ or something. Because he was supposed to play with his team at 10:30, but I don't think they even responded. So if you can do me a favor and just tag Gravy in that chat and just say, Gravy, can you team up? Server reset. Alright. Whoops. Where are we going? Neo Tokyo. Oh, cramp. Me and Ivan. Oh, nice. We got a few people. Let me see. So Alright, we got Emrs0n scoring first. Like we said, the first person to score is gone to win. Alright, so the tourney is up. I just don't think people are gonna sign up. Well, I try to tell people like 15 minutes before, but it's always a shit show. But M does gain the lead, and we do got ads, sorry. Damn. Alright, well, because of this, yeah, we might just remake it, because this is the LAN. Two of the people don't know what's going on, because they never did it before. I might have to pair with Loic. So we'll just like move it. But yeah, sorry for the ads, and sorry for the boys if you watch us back or anybody watching. I was overzealous, try to get a tourney right after. I thought this would be like 45 minutes, but you always underestimate a best of 7. But right now, Harm up by 2, up by 1. Nice goal from Emrs0n. He's trying to keep it close, trying to tie it up, and still fighting. What you would expect to see. And Harm just enough of a touch. And you gotta respect M for the aggressive challenging. Sometimes comes back to bite. I don't know. Don't let it happen. And just like that, Harm is up by 4. Yeah, I could team with you if no one chimes in. We'll see. Because Arm is gonna take this one and then 15 minutes to see what's what. Because it depends on if Teo has a teammate or not. And you might be teaming with Teo. But Harm of the retirement home is your winner. And congrats to Harm, still reigning supreme. So, if you chose Harm, you are correct. Alright, so I don't know if anybody joined the 2v2 of 10, but we're doing it at 10:15. I know last second, but I didn't think some people would join. So at least this way we get it situated.
Loto.